We're back for the fourth and last section of the four: emotions, change, alert, and share. Share is where all the exciting visual parts of social media kick in. So let's start with the idea of referrals. I hope we can all agree that in a post-media world, it's referrals from one person to another that lead us to make important decisions. It's that review that we read online by a fellow citizen. It's that petition where we see people coming together outraged about something. It's when one person tells somebody else. Now, there's promiscuous and there's powerful referring going on. Promiscuous means you're doing it for the money, that there are people who are getting paid in some way to talk about something. This has always been pretty suspect. There are places where it works, but it has nowhere near the power of a powerful referral. Somebody who benefits by giving a good recommendation to other people. That if I put on my blog, you should read this book, and you read the book and it changes you, I benefit because now you trust me more, which leads to this idea of viral marketing. Now, I wrote a book about viral marketing more than 10 years ago, and I am delighted to tell you I'm putting a copy of it for free in the resources section of this lesson. And I've reformatted it, and hopefully it'll be a little bit easier to read. The idea of viral marketing is marketing that markets itself, that certain things have built into them the element of their spread. Let me give you two distinct examples. If you get a tattoo, everybody sees it. And they say, oh, that's a cool tattoo. And a conversation takes place about the tattoo. The more people see you, the more people see the tattoo. On the other hand, if you get a massage, no one says, oh, nice massage. Where'd you get it? Because it's invisible. Well, it's not an accident that tattoos have spread far faster than massages have, because there isn't an easy way to talk about it. Same thing's true with something like a haircut, particularly among women. Oh, what a cute haircut. Where'd you get it? And now a conversation takes place that's built in to the visual nature of what got built. You can do that on purpose. So I want to share with you some of the terms from my book, Unleashing the Idea Virus. The first one are sneezers. Now, the book is about the fact that a virus in the real world, epidemiology, we know how viruses spread. And I wanted to take some of the thinking about that and apply them to ideas. So sneezers are the people who tell other people. Most people do not. Most people who like the Grateful Dead aren't constantly telling everyone they know about the Grateful Dead. They are quietly enjoying it. So the challenge for the marketer is to figure out, A, do I have a story and an idea that lends itself to people sneezing it, to people talking about it? Because some things people don't want to talk about. They hold to themselves because they're afraid to talk about it. It's interesting to see what Komen and others have done with breast cancer. They've raised a lot of money, but they've also made it okay to talk about cancer. Okay to talk about your breast cancer, other people's breast cancers, to proudly talk about raising money for breast cancer. By desensitizing us and getting us over the fear of talking about it, they have done an enormous amount of good, because they've made it so you can sneeze that idea from one person to another. If you're entering a segment of the market where people are hesitant to talk to one another, you need to have a plan about how to change that. And if you're going to a place where people do, finding the people who like to talk is critical. So in the early days of Digg, we saw that a tiny number of people were responsible for most of the things that went crazy on the site. Those people are people you have to focus on. The next word is the word hive. The hive was my way back then of talking about the weird, the small group of people who are connected to one another. So let's talk about Napster. Napster spread on college campuses. Now, it's interesting to note it did not spread at nursing homes. Nursing homes have groups of people with nothing to do in their spare time, a lot like college. But the difference is the worldview of people in nursing homes is, I don't have a lot of friends, and I'm afraid of things that are new. Whereas the worldview of a lot of people in colleges is, I have tons of friends, what do you got that's new? So it made sense for that hive to be the place that the idea would spread through because it was percolating and just ready to launch it. We see this happen in various segments, certainly in politics, that a tiny group of people who care very much about what's happening inside of DC talk about it a lot, whereas people on the outside in Kansas or wherever don't talk about it at all. So we can think about it geographically, like a college campus or related to politics, or conceptually. It has to do with worldview. The next word is velocity. How fast does it spread? One thing we know from epidemiology is that a disease that spreads really fast tends not to do as much damage as a disease that settles in, stays a long time, and slowly works its way through the population. You need to think hard about, do I want to come up with a clever viral "what does the fox say" video that'll be seen by a whole bunch of people for 3 days and then be gone? Or do I want to build an idea that can spread and stick? Because spreading and sticking changes things. The next idea is the word vector. Which direction does the disease or the idea spread? It turns out some things head straight for teenagers. Some things head straight for people who have a lot of money. Some things head straight for people who have one worldview versus another. You can build that in to the way your idea is talked about.